folks, welcome to CodeCrucks. This is Mahesh Guyani, and in this video I am going to talk about defuzzification methods. This is actually second video of this concept, so I recommend you to watch the first video, that is defuzzification methods part 1. These are the points I am going to cover in this video. Except the last topic, remaining all the topics I have already covered in video 1. So we'll be directly jumping to the centroid methods, that is CoG, CoS and CoA method. Let us start with center of gravity method. According to Sudeno, this method is most prevalent and physically appealing method among all the defuzzification method. The basic principle of center of gravity method is to find out such a point of the union of output fuzzy sets such that when you draw a vertical line, it will divide that union into two equal masses. If the membership value is defined over a continuous domain, then the crisp value is computed as x star is equal to integration mu c bar of x into x dx upon integration mu c bar of x into dx, where the integration mu c bar of x dx represents the area covered by the region C bar or the area covered by the set C bar. And if membership value is defined over discrete universe, then the integration operation is replaced by the summation. That means we can compute the discrete value with the formula x star is equal to summation over 1 to n mu c bar of xi into xi divided by summation of mu c bar of xi. However, this method is quite accurate. It is computationally very intensive because we need to find out areas and centroids and all. If we are given the union of different fuzzy output functions as shown here, then we can divide this entire big region into smaller subsegments, shapes like triangular, trapezoidal or rectangle. We can compute the area of individual segment, and we can apply this formula to compute the crisp value using center of gravity method. However, this equation is identical to the previous one because AI is nothing but it's integration mu c bar of x into dx, which represents area spanned by the polygon AI. Let us try to understand it with the example. Consider these are the two fuzzy output sets are given. Union of that will yield this aggregated fuzzy output function. We need to find out area of this function. So let us see how we can do that. So to compute the area of aggregated fuzzy output, we need to find out equation of all these lines AB, BC, CD, DE and EF, which is forming this entire region. From the equation of line, we can write y minus y1 upon x minus x1, which is same as y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, where x1 y1 and x2 y2 are the two endpoints of the line, and x comma y is any random point on the line. So if we know x, we can compute y and vice versa. For line AB, x1 comma y1 would be 0 comma 0 and x2 comma y2 would be 1 comma 0.5. Put those values in this given equation and we will get the equation for the line in form of y, that is y is equal to 0.5x. As you can see in the diagram, the line AB varies from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 1. Equation of line BC is given as y is equal to 0.5 because it is a horizontal line and it is constant for any value of x. So equation of that would be y is equal to 0.5 and this line ranges from x is equal to 1 to approximately x is equal to 3.5. The accurate value of x I have not computed for the simplicity, but I will show you how to calculate the exact x. Line CD, in similar way, we can compute the equation of line CD. x1 y1 would be 3.5, 0.5 and x2 y2 would be 4, 0.8. When we put those values, we will get y is equal to 3 by 5x minus 8 by 5 and that line varies from 3.5 to 4. The equation of line DE would be y is equal to 0.8 because that line DE is a horizontal line having a constant slope. So it will be independent of x values. So y will be 0.8 and that line ranges between x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 6. The equation of line EF we can compute in a similar way. For line E, x1, y1 would be 6 and 0.8 and x2, y2 would be 8, 0. So by putting these appropriate values, we will get the equation of line EF as y is equal to minus 0.4x plus 3.2, and it ranges from x is equal to 6 to x is equal to 8. This table summarizes all the equations of the lines. Line AB has equation y is equal to 0.5x and it ranges from 0 to 1 and so on. Now we'll take the integration over all these line equation to find the area of this entire curve. So according to the formula, x star is computed as integration mu c bar of x into x dx divided by integration mu c bar of x into dx, where integration mu c bar of x into dx represents the area, and we already have the equation of the line to compute the area. So if we put all these value into this equation, so this would be line AB ranges from 0 to 1. So integration will take range from 0 to 1, and the equation of line is 0.5x. So this would be 0.5x into x dx, and so on. We can put it for all the line equations, and ultimately the crisp value corresponding to this fuzzy output set would be 4.151. Let us talk about center of sums method. The equation of center of sums method looks quite identical to that of the previous method, but the difference is that here we have to calculate area of individual polygon rather than the aggregated polygon. So in case of center of sums method, the area of certain region will be computed more than once, maybe twice or thrice, which was computed only once in case of center of gravity method. As shown in diagram, C1 bar, C2 bar and C3 bar represents three fuzzy output functions. A1, A2 and A3 are the areas of those functions, and X1, X2 and X3 are the geometric center of those areas. We can compute the crisp value using center of sums method as summation over 1 to n AI into xi divided by summation over AI. So if trapezoid is given like this, if it is a symmetric trapezoid, having the base B1 and B2 as shown here and height h, then we can compute the area by the equation 1 half B1 plus B2 into h. Consider that we are given some fuzzy output sets as shown here, or we need to find out center and the area for each fuzzy output function, and then we have to apply that equation. Center of this set would be 1 plus 5 divided by 2, that is 3, and area we can compute using this equation. So here base B1 is equal to 4 minus 2, that is 2, and base B2 is 5 minus 1, that is 4. So area would be 1 half 2 plus 4 into height, which is 0.2. So area covered by this polygon or area covered by this set is 0.6 unit. The second fuzzy output function is given like this, and the center of this would be 3 plus 7 by 2, that is 5. Base B1 would be 6 minus 4, that is 2, and base B2 would be 7 minus 3, that is 4, and height of this fuzzy set is 1. We can compute the area A2 as 1 half B1 plus B2 into h, that is nothing but 1 half 2 plus 4 into 1. So the area covered by this set would be 3. And in identical way, we can compute the center for this third fuzzy output function, and we can also compute the area for this function, that is 1.2. So this table summarizes the area and the center for all these three polygons. To compute the crisp value corresponding to this fuzzy sets would be summation of area multiplied by its center value divided by the summation of area. So if we expand this equation and put the appropriate value, we will end up with crisp value 4.5. Consider another example. We are given three different fuzzy output functions. We already know how to compute the area of each of these. Area of first function would be 1.2 and center of that is 2.5. And similar way we can compute area A2, center C2 and area E3 and center C3. Put appropriate value into equation of crisp value x star and solve the equation, and we will get crisp value is equal to 5.0 for given fuzzy outputs. Again, I am repeating, the difference between CoG and CoS is that in case of CoS, we are computing area of individual fuzzy sets, and that's why there might be a chance that area of certain regions will be counted twice or thrice or more than that. Whereas in case of center of gravity method, first we are taking the union of all these fuzzy output functions and we are computing area of that aggregated output function, and hence area will be computed only once. And note that the center of gravity method will return the crisp value 4.9, which is approximately close to CoS method. The third one, center of area method, or it is also known as the center of largest area method. If fuzzy sets is having multiple subregions, then we have to weight the subregion having the highest area with its centroid value. That means from this we need to calculate the area spanned by C1 bar, C2 bar, C3 bar into the aggregated function, and the region having the highest area will be weighted by its center of gravity. We can compute the crisp value using this method as x star is equal to integration of mu c bar m of x into x dash dx upon integration mu c bar m x dx, where c bar of m represents the polygon having the highest area and integration mu c bar m into x dx represents area spanned by that region, and x dash represents the center of gravity or the center of that particular region. Assume that we have these three fuzzy output functions. When we take the aggregation of all this, it looks like this. As we are taking the union to find the aggregation, it will only select the value having the highest membership. Just like previous methods, we will again compute the equations of the lines and we will compute the area A1, A2 and A3, and we will see that which area is having the maximum value. So A1 is comprised of line AB and BC. So equation of line we can compute by using the formula y minus y1 upon x minus x1 is equal to y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So as we know that for line AB, x1 y1 is 0 comma 0 and x2 y2 is 1.5 comma 0.5. When we put the appropriate values, we will get the equation y is equal to 0.33x. Here x ranges from 0 to 1.5. Equation of line BC can be computed as in a similar way. Here for BC, x1 y1 is 1.5 comma 0.5 and x2 y2 would be 3 comma 0. So if we put the values, we will get equation y is equal to 0.33x plus 1. Here we have computed the equation of line from 1.5 to 3. But as we can see in this aggregated function, this line is not going up to 3, it is up to certain x only. So to compute that x, we need to process it further. Line BC is intersecting line CD. So first we will compute the equation of line CD. So equation of line CD is y is equal to 0.67x minus 0.67. These both lines are intersecting at this particular point. So we can say that for that particular point, x comma y for both line will be identical. So we can compare the right side part of this equation because on both the sides they have a similar y. When we solve this equation, we will get the intersection point C is equal to 1.7. So we can say that line BC ranges from 1.5 to 1.7. This is how we can compute the exact x whenever two lines are intersecting. And this concept we can apply onto the first example I was talking about in CoG method. The region A1 is comprises of line AB and BC. So the area of that region could be computed by the integration over this two line, and that area A1 would be 0.466. To compute the area of this region A2, we need to find out equations for line CD and D. The equation of line CD we have already computed. That was 0.67x minus 0.67, and it ranges from 1.7 to 2.5. Let us compute the equation for line DE now. For line DE, x1, y1 is 2.5, 1 and x2, y2 is 4, 0. When we put the appropriate values, we will get this equation. But again, this line is for x is equal to 2.5 to x is equal to 4. As you can see, in this aggregated output function, that line is not going up to 4. So we need to find out x for this particular point, and to compute that, we need to find the line equation for EF. Equation of line EF would be y is equal to 0.2x minus 0.6. As line DE and EF are intersecting at this particular point, their x comma y point would be identical for that point. We can compare right part of these two equations, and that will yield us E is equal to 3.8. So the line DE will range from 2.5 to 3.8. Area A2 is given by the integration over line CD and line DE. When we take the integration, we will get area A2 is equal to 1.32. And in similar way, we can compute the equation of line EF, equation of line FG. We can take the integration, and finally we got area A3 is equal to 0.136. The summary of all these area is described in this table. Area A1 is 0.466, A2 is 1.32 and A3 is 0.136. A2 is the maximum area, so we have to utilize that area for computing the crisp value. That area is made up of line CD and DE, and we know that those lines varies from 1.7 to 2.5 and 2.5 to 3.8. We already know the equations of both the lines. So when we put it into the equation of x star, we will get crisp value as 2.61. So this is how we can compute the crisp value using center of largest area method. This is the summary of all the methods we have discussed so far in part 1 and part 2. That's it for today, folks. See you in next video. If you think this video was useful to you, then please like, comment and share. Don't forget to subscribe the channel CodeCrucks. Press the bell icon for the notification of latest videos. Stay connected, stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.